Hello friends, welcome back to A Dog's Life in Liechtenstein. I hope you're all doing well. We start this time with the unusual phenomenon of another sandstorm in the Middle East reaching us here in Europe. It must have been a bad storm as it turned our daytime dark and orange looking and dropped sand onto everything. Over the next days, there were long queues at every car wash. Then it was the birthday of my husband and daughter, both on the same day. But for my daughter, it was one of those special ones that end in a 0, so her partner threw her a surprise birthday party. Back in Liechtenstein, with spring well on the way, the farmers were busy spreading manure on the fields. It is literally the chopped up dung and straw from the stables, so I can't let Arthur run in it, as you can imagine how he would smell afterwards. It does make the grass grow and is one reason Switzerland and Liechtenstein are so incredibly green. But it can pose a challenge to find a clean patch to play Arthur's games. During one school break, my middle daughter and grandson visited, and one afternoon we relaxed on the bed and made a group call with my eldest daughter in the USA. Arthur has to be part of everything. Although we found our chit-chat boring after a little while. Much prefers playing with Dean, and they have a game of hide and seek they play each morning before Dean gets out of bed. Absolutely loves Dean and always wants to be around him. But I think the feeling is very much mutual. Arthur and I have spent the last weeks chasing spring. Despite the snow still on the hills, we started by planting a few cheerful blooms on the terrace. And we got out into the sunny but still cool afternoons every day we could. Sometimes we were up high, where crocuses were appearing in the fields. Sometimes we went down into the valley, and from here you can see where we were the previous days. I love the flat terrain for a change to throw the ball for Arthur. Times we walked by the river. Of course, occasionally it rains, but with gumboots and a raincoat, there's still a lot of pleasure to be had finding new roads to walk. Slowly discovering our surroundings and noticing the plants coming back to life. Here we found a few flowers, and here a profusion of the same ones. Does anyone know their name? I want to learn more about the local plants. The trees were also joining in with a profusion of blossoms. And it's not hard to find flowers in the grass. I love having my little shadow always with me on my walks. On a recent long weekend, we traveled to the top end of Lake Como. We were at the opposite end of the more touristic end of the lake, where the town of Como is situated, so it was very quiet and peaceful. Flat on the bottom floor of this cottage overlooking the lake. It wasn't super luxurious, but the location was perfect. And look who came with us. We stole Jacob away to have a fun weekend with Arthur. wanted to make a first attempt with Arthur on a stand-up paddleboard. Jacob's done it before, but Rainer's only done it a couple of times several years ago in Qatar. The water conditions on the first morning were perfect, but everyone got off to a very shaky start. Oops! Boys overboard! By the way, both dogs have life jackets, which of course we would use if we were to go more than 20 meters away from the shore. See, they're still a little unsteady, but good progress is being made on the second attempt. Further out on the lake, a rowing club were having a practice session and were gliding over the water much more elegantly. Even 10 minutes later, Rainer and the boys were doing much better and looking a little more relaxed, especially at double speed. Jacob is the cool dude, just standing and looking forward. Arthur needs to learn to stay more in one place, which is a hard job for his character. The next day, as you can see, the weather was too windy for stand-up paddle, but Arthur and Jacob were just as happy to play fetch in the water. It was time for some rough and tumble on the bed. They really do get on well together. Well, friends, that's all for the moment from A Dog's Life in Liechtenstein. As usual, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and especially leave us a comment. They really encourage me. See you again soon.